Well, we've just held a very useful, and I might say brief, but also I'll add a very moving discussion with Chairman Yunus Khalis of the Islamic Union of Mujahideen of Afghanistan and other members of his distinguished delegation. I expressed our nation's continued strong support for the resistance and our satisfaction with the large step the Afghan resistance took toward unity in choosing a chairman for the first time. This new political milestone demonstrates that the people of Afghanistan speak with one voice in their opposition to the Soviet invasion and occupation of their homeland. This increasing unity has already made itself felt on the battlefield. During the past 18 months, the Mujahideen fighting inside the country have improved their weapons, tactics, and coordination. The result has been a string of serious defeats for the Soviet elite units, as well as many divisions from the Kabul army. Chairman Khalis and his delegation are visiting Washington following the November 10th UN General Assembly vote, which, with a record vote once again, called overwhelmingly for the withdrawal of all foreign troops from Afghanistan. This is the 8th time since the December 1979 invasion that the General Assembly has decisively called upon the Soviet Union to pull its forces out of Afghanistan. And let there be no mistake about it. The withdrawal of Soviet forces is the key to resolving the Afghan crisis. Our other issues that have been raised to divert attention from this fact only extend the combat and prolong the suffering of the Afghan people. General Secretary Gorbachev has publicly stated a Soviet readiness to withdraw. Both in April and September of 1987, I asked the Soviet Union to set a date this year when that withdrawal would begin. I also stated that when the Soviet Union showed convincingly that it was ready for a genuine political settlement, the United States would be helpful. After all, the Soviet presence in Afghanistan is a major impediment to improved U.S.-Soviet relations, and we would like to remove it. The Soviets should want to do so as well. Unfortunately, the Soviet answer on a date for rapid withdrawal has been silence. Instead, we've seen the Kabul regime announce a phantom ceasefire and propose a transitional government, one that would leave this discredited and doomed group in control. These gambits have been rejected by the only voice that really counts, that of the Afghan people, speaking through their resistance representatives. Any proposal unacceptable to the resistance is destined to fail. And as the resistance continues the fight, we and other responsible governments will stand by it. The support that the United States has been providing the resistance will be strengthened rather than diminished so that it can continue to fight effectively for freedom. A just struggle against foreign tyranny can count upon worldwide support, both political and material. The goal of the United States remains a genuinely independent Afghanistan, free from external interference, an Afghanistan whose people choose the type of government they wish, an Afghanistan to which the 4 million refugees from Soviet aggression may return in safety and, yes, in honor. On behalf of the American people, I salute Chairman Khalis, his delegation, and the people of Afghanistan themselves. You are a nation of heroes. God bless you.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم وبعد یقین لرم چې د افغانستان کوم مشکل او کوم مسایل و په هغې باندې صدر صاحب یو څه مجمل رڼا واچوله.
In the name of God, the merciful and the compassionate. As far as the Afghan problem is concerned, the president has shed light on some important points.
او کوم وعده او تعهدات چې په دې کې دوی وکړل موږ یقین لرو چې په هغې باندې به دوی وفادار پاتې شي.
I have no doubt that the U.S. promises of support and commitment to the Afghan cause will be honored in the future as it has been in the past.
دا چې موږ ته موقع راکړل شوې ده چې موږ د خپل مملکت غږ دنیا ته ورسوو او دنیا ته خپل فریاد ور واورو، دې نه ممنونیت ښکاروو.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to express the voice of the Afghan people to the world. This is an important opportunity for us.
په افغانستان کې نن سبا 1 میلیون زیات شهیدان شوي دي، کلي او کورونه بازارونه ټول رنګ شوي دي، ځنګل یې شوي دي، واړه اطفال په بمونو باندې الوتې دي، د خاورو لاندې شوي دي، ټانکونه په تېر شوي دي او ژوندي په اور سوځېدلي دي.
In Afghanistan, we have more than 1 million martyrs, and many children have been killed, villages have been destroyed, and the war continues and intensifies.
نو د ټولو مظالمو سره سره مجاهدین او مسلمان افغان ملت د هغوی په مقابل کې مقاومت ته دوام ورکړی دی او موږ باور لرو چې دا دوام به جاري وساتي او فعلا د مجاهدینو مورال خورا لوړ دی.
In the face of these sacrifices or these costs, we have continued our resistance and we shall continue to do so. The morale of our resistance is very high and we shall continue with our struggle.
زمونږ د حالاتو نه لرې خلک البته د دې جنگ واقعي تصور نشي کولای، خو که دوی د ملل متحده د فیصلو په مقابل کې چې په اکثریت مطلقه سره د دوی د فوري بلا قید و شرط خروج تقاضا کوي، د هغې مقابل کې د دوی ودرېدل او د دوی ملاتړ وګوري، نو دوی به پوه شي چې د ټول نظامي مظالم هم په دغه سویه باندې جاری دي.
Although the United Nations overwhelmingly has called for the withdrawal of the Soviet troops, unconditional withdrawal of Soviet troops, but the Soviets have continued the war, and this war, in our view, is likely to continue.
د روسانو فشار او قوت افغانستان ته یوازې د افغانستان لپاره متوجه نه دی، بلکې دوی غواړي په افغانستان کې خپل سلاح او عسکر ټریننګ کړي او بیا د افغانستان نه د شرق میانه خلیج او غرب امریکا او دوی لپاره یو مورچل جوړ کړي.
In our view, the struggle in Afghanistan is not only for Afghanistan. The Soviets are using Afghanistan as a base for training their forces and using their weapons, but they also would like to use Afghanistan, should they be victorious, as a base from which they will threaten the Persian Gulf, the Middle East, and Western interests in general.
ځکه نو دغه مشکل او دغه قضیه یوازې د افغانستان قضیه نشو بللی، بلکې دا جهاني او د ټولو صلح دوستو ملتونو مسأله ده.
This is therefore an issue that involves not only the Afghans but the rest of the world, especially those who are seeking peace.
او ټول ملتونه وظیفه لري، مکلفیت لري چې د افغانستان د مهاجر مجاهد سره هم بشري کومکونه او هم نظامی کومکونه او هم سیاسي کومکونه جاری وساتي او په هغې کې زیاتوالی راولي.
As a result, It's important that in these countries should continue their humanitarian and other support for the Afghan resistance, and in fact should increase it.
افغانستان کې مونږه د افغانستان د تبعو د افغانستان د خلکو په خوخه حکومت غواړو او مونږه دا په دې کې بل چاته مداخله جرم او د قانون خلاف کاروایی بولو.
In Afghanistan, it's only the Afghan people that should determine the future government. We do not accept any right on this issue and do not accept interference by anyone as far as this issue is concerned.
مونږ باید دنیا ته اطمینان ورکو چې په افغانستان کې چې مونږ کوم رژیم غواړو دا افغان مسلمان تر اوسه پورې په چا تجاوز نه دی کړی د چا حقوق یې نه دي سلب کړي ټوله دنیا باید د دې نه مطمئنه اوسي چې په دې کې کوم رژیم مونږ قایم کوو هغه به د بشریت خیرخوا وي او هغه به د همیشه دپاره د مظلومانو په خوا کې ولاړ وي.
The world should rest assured that no matter what kind of regime the Afghans establish out of their own free will, that regime will not threaten anyone's interest and shall observe all international laws and live in peace with all its neighbors.
خلاصه خبره دا ده چې افغانستان تحریک به د افغانستان تر آزادېدو پورې روان وي او په افغانستان په سرنوشت باندې بل چاته موږ حق نشو ورکولی. افغانستان خلک نن سبا د ټولو دولتونو نه د کومک غوښتونکي دي او افغانستان باید په رسمیت باندې مجاهدین وپېژندلی شي.
And once again, I want to reiterate that our struggle shall continue until the Soviets leave Afghanistan and until a government that the Afghans accept comes to power. We do not accept the preferences of others as far as our government is concerned. But we also would like to point out that we would like increased political support and recognition for our movement consistent with increased military achievements that we have on the battlefield.
بس په پای کې دا خبره کوو چې لکه چې رسام د چا رسم بد او ښه لیکلی شي همدارنګې یو ثقافي او دا کوم خلک چې هغوی اخبار چلوي هغوی کولی شي چې یو موضوع صحیح تحلیل کړي او یا غلط تحلیل کړي خو غلط تحلیل کوونکی که څه هم چاته ضرر ورسوي د شخصیت هم په ځمکه غورځوي.
And then I would like to call on the press to give adequate and correct information and analysis of what goes on in Afghanistan. That was the last point that the chairman wants.